Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with my month in review for August of 2025. I'm going to take you through the different diamond paintings that I worked on this month. I did complete a couple that I'm going to do some mini reviews with you on, and I have a couple of whips or works in progress that I'm taking into the month of September that I'll give you kind of a progress update on and what my impressions are so far. So if you want to see some more in-depth reviews of diamond paintings that I've done on my channel, I often do dedicated post-review videos is what they're called. Like for example, this kit right here, I did a dedicated own single video all about this kit where I went a lot more in depth than I'm gonna go in this video. That post-review playlist will be linked below, along with a whole mountain of other links, including past month in review videos if you really prefer just a snapshot look at diamond paintings that I've worked on over the years. I started doing those like 4 years ago, so those 4.5 years ago, so those go way back if you want to just see a lot of completed diamond paintings. But yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about August. So I completed 2 diamond paintings and I have 2 whips, kind of 3-ish, going into the month of September. And then videos wise, I put up 19 videos on my YouTube channel. In addition to that, I did have weekly vlogs for my Patreon and YouTube memberships members, as well as a monthly live stream. If you're interested in supporting my channel, in addition to the amazing ways that you support just by watching my videos, I do have some I have Patreon and YouTube memberships with some perks if you're interested. But no pressure. I really appreciate that you're here. But yes, 19 videos, including one that I am pretty happy with and had a lot of fun putting together, where I talked about diamond painting lingo. What does it mean? What do these different terms mean that we throw around? Things like whip, things like drills, everything from beginners to are you just a diamond painting aficionado and want to hear what some of these other terms might mean? So I'll try to remember to link to that video below too. If you want to see, that's probably one of my favorite videos I put out in August. I did not participate in any events this month. August is typically a bit of a breather month for me where I'm wrapping up hosting Summer with the Masters in June and July, and then I'm doing a whole lot of prep for kicking off hosting Drills and Chills, which kicked off just a couple of days ago. Drills and Chills goes for September and October, 2 months, and centers around fall and Halloween, and it's in its 7th year running. It is a big diamond painting community event, and every year I wonder, oh, maybe it's not going to necessarily be as popular this year. You guys, you've just completely exploded this event in the best way possible. I looked and we already have over 2,000 entries on the event entry form. Yes, so that is at least people that will be probably entering for weekly prizes, and a lot of those will probably be entering for the grand prize. But if you want to find out more about how this event works, how to join in, that kickoff video will be linked below. Remember I said there's going to just be a ton of links in the description box. This is what I mean. So, by the way, anyone else notice that the YouTube app, if you're on mobile like I am, they changed and made it a little bit harder to get to that part of a video? I noticed that when I clicked into a video earlier, I was like, where's the name of this channel? I don't even see it. Now you have to click this extra little arrow under the video. So you had it to drop down and show you the name of the channel and the subscribe button and stuff. And then further below that, you have to click a button to expand the description box. I don't know what YouTube is thinking, but I'm not the boss here. So I don't even work here. I just use this space. But anyway, let's talk about my finished kits. First and foremost, I have this really adorable kit, which is called Stars and Whiskers. It is from the shop Diamood and is by the artist Daria Elvy Fox. Now, this is one that I almost had done, I think at the end of last month, just not quite. And I talked a lot in last month's month in review about how this was just a very bittersweet kit and was going to be a very bittersweet finish because literally days after I started working on this kit, I was so excited and everything. The shop announced that they were going to be closing indefinitely, hypothetically temporarily, but indefinitely, which I think means it's very unlikely they're going to reopen, which really sucks. But so that was just feeling very bittersweet. And I'm glad I have a couple other kits from them in my diamond painting collection to work on someday because you know what? The quality was good, you guys. The quality was really good. The customer service really was top notch from the limited experience I had with them. They seem to have really nice quality and nice licensed artwork with artwork I really liked, it seemed like they had a nice selection. So it's a bummer that this shop has shut their doors. Really, really stinks. But I'm still going to try to talk about this kit and give it a bit of a mini review anyway. Try to do it outside of knowing that, like, yes, the shop closed. So my logbook. This is my diamond painting logbook. I am really making some tracks through this one. I'll be, finishing up. This is my second logbook that I'll have filled up. And we'll be, I guess, looking at starting my third one before I know it. So stats-wise, 50 by 71 centimeters, 80 colors, square drills. I track my start and end dates. So this I finished on August 4th. It's my 223rd overall diamond painting finish and my 24th for this year. I also, have just this year started ranking my kits in terms of confetti and enjoyment and also tracking the drill count. So confetti, I gave this one a 6 out of 10. Enjoyment, I gave it a 4 out of 10. And drill count was 56,800 diamonds. I rate things that I loved and things that were meh and any other notes that I have. So for example, this kit was sent to me at the time for PR. I was not required to work on it at all. But I had this kit, I think, in my stash for a little bit before I got around to working on it. But I always try to make sure I'm noting if that's the case and be really transparent with you guys too, of course. So things that I really liked. I thought the finished render was really cute. I think the cat turned out really adorably. It's my favorite part of the rendering for sure. The special drill charting is really nice. There's a lot like in the yarn balls that I think works well. There's a kind of a unique special drill color in the midst of these other colors that I think works really well. It's this kind of almost electric blue. It's like a shimmer drill. It's got that like fine glitter coating. It's on like the top of the cat's head and on the side, but this cat style is so stylized, like it almost has like a glitchy 3D effect if you look at it with some of the colors, with like some of the reds and kind of how there's this kind of not perfectly clean outline to it and the reds and the blues that are up there. It's such a cool effect. And I think Diamood like captured it really well. And I love what they did with the special drills to make that just pop a little bit more and that effect like actually look even more like that effect, which I thought was cool. The kind of night sky galaxy we have going on up here, there's things I like about it, though in some ways I think some of the rendering is like just a tiny bit choppy. It's not, really super smooth color blending, but I think it works for what like the image and the artwork is, though. I mean, because especially if you look here at the original artwork, so you can kind of see that like not perfect linear effect on the sides. But yeah, it's a lot more blended in here, but I just don't know how you could get that to translate super smoothly to diamond painting form with all the color changes, unless this kit were massive. That said, I thought that the render that they did of like the clouds down here, it was so pretty, so nice and clean. Definitely had some hand charting done with it. And yeah, this was a cute kit, you guys. There were a couple of colors that were pretty trash prone that I didn't necessarily love working with, but I didn't run out of any drills. This was a little bit of a departure for me in that even though it was my very first kit I'd ever worked on from this company, it was square drills. Typically, my first kit where I'm trying out a company for the first time, I would much prefer it be round drills because round drills are much less problem prone than squares. And that lets me just remove one potential like problem area to have to take into consideration. I can just like be looking at things like canvas glue, symbol clarity, render, that kind of thing without having to worry about messing around with potentially bad square drills. I wouldn't say that these overall were bad. There were just a couple of problematic colors, and I almost ran out of the white color that's in here. I was working on it in a whip and chat and was quite clear about my feelings on it as I was working on those colors. But overall, this was a cute kit, you guys. The reason I didn't rank it higher in terms of enjoyment was in part because of those trash drills, and also because it just took the wind out of my sails. Yes, I'm 100% centering myself in this, which I know was problematic. But when talking about how much I enjoyed a kit is centering, like this is something that is just about my own personal experience inherently, but it kind of took the wind out of my sails when they announced that they were closing, and I just lost some of my excitement for working on this kit and just felt a little sad. A lot of that sadness, most of it really just coming from a place of I'm just sad that like a shop wasn't able to stay open. Like my heart hurts for the shop owners, and it's a loss for the diamond painting community. And just seems like we've been having a lot of that in the past year, especially, which is a bummer. But this is a cute kit. You might be able to find some Diamood kits in D-stash groups like on Facebook or something. But this shop wasn't open for super long, like maybe 2 years tops. And this kit was like, a relatively newer release by the time that they, I worked on it and then they were announcing closing. So I think it's going to be kind of hard to find this one in D-stash groups, but it's not impossible, especially because I think people are starting to get in the kits that Diamood had said, we're taking orders up until July 31st. We will be fulfilling all these orders, and then our shop is officially closing from taking orders on the 31st. And I'm just now hearing people saying that their Diamood orders are starting to actually ship because they were made to order. So who knows? Maybe some of those will pop up in D-stash if people change their minds. Anyway, that was finish number 1. My second of 2 finishes for the month is Eros and Psyche from Diamond Art Club and the fantastic Chrysabug. Okay. I love this kit. I really love this kit a lot. And I have a lot of thoughts to share on it. I think that there's so much about this that is a really just beautiful, beautiful kit. But let me show you. Okay. We're looking at 73.7 by 55.6 centimeters, 42 colors, round diamonds. Started it on the 5th, so right after I finished the other kit. Finished it on the 22nd. I gave this one like a 5 out of 10 for confetti. I was kind of looking at it going, I don't know, like there are some color blocking areas. There's some like line blocked areas. So I thought 5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. Enjoyment, 7 out of 10. Drill count, 54,136. This was a sneak peek. It was also sent to me for PR. It just so happens that these just were kits that I got because I love the artwork, and so I wanted to work on them. This, again, was not something I was told to work on, but I want to be completely transparent with you guys. So here's kind of my pluses and minuses, my loved and my mez. So primarily what I want to mention about this one is something that I knew a lot of people were really concerned about. I saw it in the comments of the social media previews for this artwork and this kit, and I want to go ahead and talk about it right up front. Kind of elephant in the room almost if you're looking at this and don't have any context. So why are their faces gray and blue? Their faces are gray and blue, and overall this kind of color scheme of grays and blues up here this is the original artwork from Chrysabug. Like, take a look at this artwork again if you didn't look at it earlier. This artwork that is just really intentionally striking lighting on her part. This is because the mythology of these characters, Eros and Psyche, which I apologize if this is like the 5th time you've heard me tell this story because I've mentioned it a few places. The mythology of them is that Psyche was only allowed to see Eros. Well, she wasn't allowed to see him. He only visited her at night, and this was one of their like nighttime meetings. This is taking place at night, and there's almost like curtains kind of feeling over here. And so yeah, this is taking place at night. The lighting is dark, and so for me, this skin color situation makes sense in my opinion. But I know some people still look at it and they're like, I don't know, like the blues and the grays, it doesn't work for me. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's completely fine. But it's true to the original artwork in my opinion, at least as close as they can get with like colors that come in diamonds, right? So I like how this turned out a lot. I think it's beautiful, beautiful artwork. You guys, if you have been watching my channel for a few months, you know that I just worked on Underworldly Romance by Chrysabug that had Hades and Persephone. So something about these mythological couples are just artwork I'm really drawn to working on this year. I just think their stories are beautiful. This is actually one of the few, like Greek mythology, one of these few like stories that has a happy ending, actually. They end up together. They get their happily ever after. Spoiler alert. And so I love this one. I'm so glad it made it through voting and was created by Diamond Art Club. So besides talking about the colors, other things that I loved or didn't love. So I don't know exactly when it happened. I think it's been several months at this point. At some point, something changed. Though Diamond Art Club says that nothing like intentionally or whatever, like that they know if has changed, a lot of us have noticed that something is different, whether it's the actual round drill grid, like the tightness of the spacing on the canvas, or if it's something with the drills themselves. I'm not sure. I have not decided to get real scientific and try to figure it out. Someone else might be able to do that. I haven't had the time, but something is different and it's for the better. It is so much easier to multi-place, and with these round drills, it used to be that I would pull out my 12 placer and the first like 6 or 7 diamonds would line up really well, and then everything else would just not be quite right. It would be off. Now, multi-placing is a dream. There is virtually no gapping with these drills. It's just so relaxing and enjoyable to diamond paint on Diamond Art Club's round drill kits right now, and whatever they've done. So definitely notice that. As always, I love their special drill placement. It's pretty subtle and pretty nuanced in this particular kit. I really enjoy a lot how they, in many of Krista Bugg's pieces where there's this specific motif that she uses that's like this little circle, this little, like just this outline back here behind her characters, especially her mythological pieces. Often, Diamond Art Club will do these in iridescent diamonds, like a crystal type effect. So up close, I can show you. It was that way with Underworldly Romance. It's that way with this one. We have this amazing light pink one that I think is just, it's just perfect. There's also this kind of darker pink fairy dust color highlighting in her hair. There's a really pale pink AB that's in the wings. That's a really subtle AB. It doesn't like jump off at you. It just gives it some extra shimmer. And yeah, there's another one that I'm completely missing, I think. Maroon pink. There's a pink. Oh no, that's the iridescent diamond. There's a white fairy dust. Okay, yeah, there's a white fairy dust at the tips of the feathers. So just a little bit extra shimmer there. So I like the special drill placement. The colors were very serene and relaxing to work with. I really enjoyed them a lot. There are a couple of spots where the color blending was like just a little bit, there's a specific shade of gray that wasn't as beautifully blended as the rest. And this is me being pretty nitpicky, I think, but I'm just gonna be honest that I noticed it. This light gray here, that lightest gray color there, it's not as seamless a transition as I feel like these other ones are. And that same light gray is this light gray color over here in his wings. And in the original artwork, it doesn't pop quite well. Okay, maybe I walk it back, at least in their faces. Let me zoom you in so you can really see it. Okay. Yeah, in their faces, that pops a little bit more. Okay. I can acknowledge if I'm wrong. But over here in the wings, I got my washi tape on top of it. Those grays don't really pop out as much, I don't think. So, but that's probably me being really nitpicky. Something I think is really cute is there's this little, I don't know if Krista Bugg did it on purpose. Looks like a little sideways heart in the artwork on the render. It pops a little bit more. It's just like, oh, because Eros is Cupid, there's a little heart. That's just, I don't know if it was intentional, but it's really cute. So yes, honestly, loved this one. It took me a little bit longer to get through because, well, for me, it felt like it was kind of it was slower going because I was working on this when my mom was in town, and I just also was really trying to rest my shoulder quite a lot because I ended up straining and injuring my shoulder at the very beginning of June, and I'm in physical therapy trying to heal that up. So overall, my pace of diamond painting is significantly slower, but this in particular, there were just several days in a row that I didn't work on it, and that's fine. I just like to think of it as I got to spend more time with it. So that was finish number 2 for the month, and now let's talk about whips, which I'm excited to share both of these with you. This first whip is one that I have been intending to work on for years, literal years. This is Cave Dragon from Diamond Painting Shop, spelled SHOPPE. That shop has been open for a few years now, and I've done at least one kit from them before and had a really good experience. And I just think this artwork is so fun and had been intending to work on it for quite some time. It's by the artist Jan Patrick Krasny, who has artwork with a couple of different places. I've completed, I believe the kit Dragon Attack from Diamond Art Club several years ago I completed is by the same artist, a lot of similar colors with the blues and purples actually. But this one has round drills. It's pretty big. This one, oh, it's not my logbook yet, is 67 by 93 centimeters. I kitted this up in a whip and chat with you guys a couple weeks ago, and I was a little tiny bit nervous that I was going to get really bored with the color palette. And that could not have been further from the truth. I started working on this and was like, this is so much fun. You know what this reminded me of when I was working on it is the piece Woman in Gold from Diamond Dots by Gustav Klimt. I did it for Summer with the Masters a few years ago. It's really similar in terms of having lots of shades of browns and yellows, but also having just a ton of special drills in the mix. There are so many special drills in the bottom, the heaps of treasure. There's this clear crystal, there's a yellow crystal, there's a green AB, this one's harder to see. There's an orange AB, you can kind of see, there's some of them, yeah, like right there. And it's full of special drills, and I love it. I think it looks so good. There's a purple crystal here. This is so much fun to work on. I'm loving it. I love these round drills. They are acrylic rounds, I am 90% sure. And they're like the good acrylic rounds. They're really enjoyable to diamond paint with. I have not had any issues with them at all. They're not trash prone. They just are great to work with, honestly. I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving this a lot. It's very consistent with this experience I've had with Diamond Painting Shop in the past. I did like a really big Muka panel from them that I believe also had round drills. I would like to try square drills from them at some point just to see. But a lot of the artwork that they have right now doesn't necessarily call my name as much. It's a lot of landscapes, a lot of AI, but they have some others like kind of, for me, like gems here and there like this one. So I might want to try a square one from them at some point just to see. But this has been so much fun. I just crossed the halfway point. When I got halfway through this row, that was the halfway point of the whole kit. And the top half of this kit is going to be a really different experience from the bottom half because there's not a lot going on. We have a lot of, are those stalagmites or stalactites? Which ones are the ones that come from the ceiling? But I'm hoping there's going to be some line blocking in there that will go a little bit faster. And I hope I don't get too bored with it. But I don't know. There's just something about this kit that I am loving. And I'm so glad I finally got around to it. Like I said, I had been intending to work on it for a couple of years. And it just kind of kept getting pushed back. And it was really easy to put this one off because it's so big, 67 by 93. And I thought, I just need to be ready to tackle a big project like this. And I thought, now's the time. I'm not going to finish it before Drills and Chills starts, which is completely okay. I will just have it to work on alongside my Drills and Chills kits, which I'll give you a peek at my first Drills and Chills project. But I thought this is one I can work on in the background. Like, it's okay that I don't necessarily do 100% event kits during the event. It actually helps me avoid burnout to not only work on event kits. This is a tip I highly recommend if you're finding yourself struggling with feeling burnt out, especially if you're doing events, is have another kit going that's not an event kit so that you don't feel like you are obligated to work on it. There's no pressure or anything attached to it. It's like you can just go back to it when you want a fun little breather and stuff. So that's, I think, what this one will be. But I'm really happy with it. And I definitely need to go back to the shop and see what other kits from them catch my eye because, yeah, this shop is a gem of a small shop out there. So if you haven't checked out Diamond Painting Shop before, you absolutely need to. I'll have them linked below, of course, so you can go take a look. The last time I checked, they had still some of this kit in stock ready to ship. I don't know how quickly they might sell out of those. Sorry, I'm trying to get situated over here. But they do have like a whole made to order section of their website too that probably just has a longer turnaround time. So anyway, that's whip 1 of 2. And then this is my second whip. You guys, I caught up on my temperature project this month. Kind of. So last month I hadn't done any of July. So today, actually, I sat down, was like, I'm going to catch up on this, dang it. And quickly came to realize that I had run out of the background color for my bookshelf. So that is on order and hopefully will be here before too long. But temperature projects, really quick. If you're not sure what this is actually tracking the high temperature each day where I live. And so there's different ways you do temperature projects. I'll have some videos linked below if you are interested in finding out more. But the way that this one works is this is a cross-stitch chart that I'm translating to a diamond painting on a blank canvas. The chart itself is licensed and is from Christie's Crafty Corner. It'll be linked below. And then my materials, the canvas and most of the drills are from Jaded Gem Shop. The books are all comprised of special drills. It's like a shimmery, glimmery dust drill from DP with sparklers in a bunch of different colors. And basically each of these books represents a day and each of these colors represents a different temperature range. So for example, like this shade of pink, I think is like anywhere from 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And like this shade of purple might be anywhere from like 81 to 83 degrees Fahrenheit. So these various high temperatures during the day. So you can see I started off the shades of blue are the lower range. So like these are highs that are in the 60s and 70s. The purples are highs that are in like the 70s into the 80s. And then the pinks that we get into are the highs that are in like the upper 80s and into the 90s. So you can see, especially at the end of this month, this is August down here, we have had some hot days days, and September is going to be no different. We're gonna, like, our hottest months here in Southern California are absolutely August and September. So this also came with various cute little like trinkets pre-charted on here. And then she also sells some different like trinket packs that you can swap in. And I've done a mix of both. So for example, this like Lunar New Year dragon and this plant, this candle, and this seashell, those were all things that were originally charted. I actually didn't realize till after I finished this today and pulled back to look at it, even though I charted this exactly according to the chart. It's slightly off center in between these two books, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go in and like painstakingly move the drills over a couple because it might drive me nuts otherwise. But then like there was a different thing that was charted right here, but she had this cute little Mario as an option that I decided to swap in instead. And this sword I swapped in. This dog, I swapped in and then colored to look like our dog Scout. That's the month that we got Scout. And then this is, I charted this cat and changed some of the colors to make it look like our tuxedo cat Skip. So just finding like cute ways to personalize this. I'm so much happier with the color choices that I went with for my temperature ranges this year. But I'm just, generally speaking, not finding myself enjoying working on this one quite as much. I think because I know that I'm trying to personalize some of these trinkets, and sometimes that takes more brain power and like counting to see like, will this one fit here or not? That kind of thing. And so that's like more brain power than I find myself wanting to put into it. So laziness maybe, but I'm going to definitely complete it because I want to actually, have a full bookshelf for this year. But I'm definitely 100% happier with the color ranges that I went with. And it's fun now that I'm 8 months into it, seeing truly the color shift from all these blues and then into more of these purples, and then now getting into some pinks. It's been fun. I want to keep playing with my temperature ranges though to see if I can get a little bit more variety, but still overall am pretty happy with it. But yes, this is my temperature project and is officially my second of 2 whips going into September. Now, because we're a couple of days into September when I'm filming this, because it's just been a really busy few days with other videos that needed to go up, I actually am going to give you a quick peek at my first Drills and Chills project, which is not technically officially a whip because I didn't kit it up even until September 1st, but I thought you might enjoy seeing a peek at it anyway. This is my first Drills and Chills project. This is Autumn Treasures from Diamond Art Club and Marilyn Casanave, who has just this adorable, like, endless catalog of cute animals in various settings. This cat looks like my tuxedo cat Skip, and I wanted something smaller and square drills to work on because my other big whip is Cave Dragon, and the one before that was Eros and Psyche, which also had round drills. So I needed a square drill kit in my life, but I didn't want to work on something really huge. So this is the one, and pray for me with all these shades of green because this is not normally my color palette, but it's really cute. It's really, really cute, you guys. I'm loving the cute little cat that I get to work on. I'm probably going to try to save that kind of for last, even though the sectioning is going to be a little bit weird because I'm dividing this into like 3 ways vertically and 3 ways horizontally, so it'll be 9 sections in total. So we'll see how it shakes out. But yes, this is a peek at my first Drills and Chills kit, and this is just a herald of things to come in the upcoming month. So plans for September, because I like to chat about this too. I would like to finish Cave Dragon and make that a goal to finish that by the end of September, and then maybe I'll have a different non-event project to work on in October. I have a handful of kits in mind to work on for Drills and Chills. I have a kit from Diamond Art Studio UK that is similar to this one. Is technically like a cross-stitch conversion style project, but it's called Ghosts Doing Stuff. It's really cute. Kind of a mystery kit too. Like I don't actually know what the different images are going to look like in it. You reveal it like one day at a time. I think that'd be kind of fun to work on. And then I have a kit from Oraloa. I think it's called Two Witches by Maria Chetkareva. I unboxed on my channel a couple of years ago and have really been wanting to work on that one. And so I think I'm going to try to work on that one this month. Another Drills and Chills kit that I have in mind, but I'm not going to work on until October, is called Ghosts of Eras Past. It's from Jaded Gem Shop. And it's like, it kind of looks like the Eras Tour poster from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, which I'm a huge Swiftie. What can I say? She's got a new album coming out in October, so I'm thinking I'm going to actually work on that kit while listening to her new album. So I'm saving that for October, but that's just kind of a peek at my Drills and Chills plans. I'm also crossing my fingers that Diamond Art Club and maybe some other small shops may do some fun Halloween releases this month. And so I'm also leaving some time and space to potentially work on one of those kits if something really catches my eye from one of those releases. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't know if or when. That's just my hope. Because last year, I went back and looked because I'm just that nutty. Last year, the Halloween release for Diamond Art Club was on September 21st. And so I'm like, it could be coming. But I don't know. I'm just hopeful. Like, please, I would like some Halloween kits. Because we did that big round of Halloween voting quite a while back. And I'm like, I'm just saying, like, that would be fun. Timing's about right. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, you guys, aside from Drills and Chills, there are a lot of other really fun events going on this month. So feel free to, let me know in the comments if there's any that you're joining in on that you are excited about. I know there's a Cat Fedora event that's going on that Shay and some other friends are hosting. I feel so bad. I'm blanking on the names, but like Munimate and Jaded Gem Shop are closely involved with that because they both have Cat Fedora as a licensed artist and just work together in a really delightful way. So, not sarcasm. I just realized that sounded bad. No, I mean it. There's a ton of there's a small shop festival kind of event that's going on that I think is maybe kind of seasonal, but is highlighting small shops specifically. And I know there's more. I'm not deliberately leaving anybody out. My memory is just terrible. I'll link some resources in this description box of this video for places you can look to see where there might be some other diamond painting events going on if something else is maybe going to catch your eye, whether it's like an artist-centric event or another themed event or, anything like that. But yeah, that is August and what September plans I kind of have in mind. Let me know in the comments, what did you work on in August? Did you work on any projects that you really loved? Do you think it's going to be one of your favorites for the year? Anything that you just are like tearing your hair out over and just want to trash it? What did August look like for you, diamond painting wise or otherwise? I really enjoyed spending some time with you today, sharing my project updates with you. I'm going to sit down and I think I want to finish this section, and then Cave Dragon might be calling my name. I kind of want to spend a few days. I might want to work on that one again. I'm telling you, there's something about it. But I am going to leave it here. Please subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I will do these months in review each month at the beginning of the month where I look back on the past month. I also will sometimes do dedicated in-depth post reviews on individual kits, especially if it's something I feel like I have a lot to say about. And you'll also see weekly whip and chats and other diamond painting related videos from me. The next 2 months in particular, on Saturdays, you're going to be seeing Drills and Chills related videos. And my plan for this week is, this might change. I'm going to make sure logistically I can make it happen, but I think I want to do a dive into my stash and pull out all the kits that are Drills and Chills related and kind of go through that with you guys and maybe have that help me decide if there are any other kits I want to try to get to this Drills and Chills. But yeah, that's a wrap, you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing very well and that you have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.